Hello there and welcome back to the Achievement Planner. Today I'm coming to you with another Resident Evil Pacifist challenge, this time for Resident Evil 7's DLC Not a Hero. Yes, Pacifist. Here we go. Rules. So no killing except when required for story progression, of course. Number 2, if killing is needed, knife only, except for required gun kills, which Resident Evil likes to do. Number 3, no shooting wire traps. That'll be fun. 4, environmental kills do not count. 5, flash grenades are permitted to stun them or whatever, and easy difficulty, of course, because I want to see how many we don't have to kill, and story spoilers ahead. Here we go. There's our first one. Hello. Oh, and that one just falls. Let me by.
The lab is just ahead.
Any idea what Lucas is up to down here?
We're still analyzing the data, but it looks like
Hey, can you let me by? Really? Oh dear, this is so ridiculous. Let me by. All right, so in this mode, you can block because you're Chris Redfield, and Chris Redfield's awesome. And I didn't block there, obviously, but yeah, you can block. Oh, finally, past them. Those are some pretty tight hallways. All right, so next place I get there is this spot. Oh, hello, and I missed. Like, seriously? I couldn't even avoid that one. And,
tank is at 50%.
Yeah, that's not helping. Ah! Wrong side. Wrong side. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, dear. Where is it? Oh. That's what I'm saying. I've played this. I've just edited it, and I still forgot there was no button. It's kind of like a reaction video in some ways, because I forget what I did. Alright, now this big room. So there are a whole bunch of enemies in this room. And there's an antique coin. I can tell you that on professional mode, this is, well, I guess on professional mode, this entire game is practically impossible. I mean, it's not impossible. So for that, you need to find the key. And then, well, actually, yeah, you need the key to go back. You need the key for the previous area, but you need to find the crank to put into that thing to bring that thing back down. And you need that cog too. So, this is fun. So far, it's not bad. No, they're just whatever, you know. They're walking around. They climb up there. Nope. Sorry. I mean, it's not super hard to avoid them here. On professional, it is. I can tell you that. I still can't believe I beat that, to be honest, because I said in my 100% achievement plan that was my second last achievement, and Mr. Rain's guide really helped me through that. But especially the final boss, you're gonna see even in this on easy difficulty how hard the final boss is. So yeah, put the cog in. Ah, there you are. There you are. So that could have been done easier, but I hadn't played this in a long time. I just started this Pacifist challenge after having played it for a long time. After having not played it for a long time, I mean. Use it. Hurry, hurry. Now this right here is nerve-wracking. Hurry, 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 hurry. And I still got hit. Oh, man. Oh, and of course, what happens when you get that thing down? The big guy. There are a bunch of big guys in this one. Key. He wrote key. Thank you. Bye. I can't. Alright, good. And then basically, just get out of that area. So, yeah. And then that's it. I love these little elevators. They are so cool. Alright, so then you get through the section, you know, a whole bunch of sections. Then you get to this part. First of all, those monsters, or whatever, zombies, I don't know. Those molds. Those are special molds that really, I think they can only be killed with the special ramrod shots in your gun. Meaning you can't kill it with anything but those. I don't know if you can possibly with enough hits kill it with anything else. But I've tried killing it with the gun before. I've tried killing it with a knife, and I just couldn't do it. So if those can only be killed with the ramrod gun, then I'm definitely gonna run past them. So this whole section, I find this DLC one of the most claustrophobic and intense parts of Resident Evil. Oh, be quiet. Alright, so once you get in this room, you get the night vision. There you are. Alright, good. I just put this in here because that enemy could have still been out there. So, once you pull that switch, you have little ones. And I hate little ones. In every game I play, I hate those little things. So let's see. I forget if I get hit here. Do I get here? Yes, I know. No, don't get it. Don't get it. And. Oh! I did it. Another time I did it, I know I got hit. Like recently. But anyway. So those things, yeah, those are the molds that... And there's a turret. Okay, so all you gotta do for these turrets, by the way, duck. Ah! That's just terrible. So yeah, so those are the med injectors, by the way. I'm gonna be using a bunch later, but that's what Chris has in this. I think he has that. Yeah, I think he has med injectors in Village also. Resident Evil 8. So yeah, this is where I... No, you just gotta get out at this point. Whatever I had to do, I did. And there's... Man. Now, oh, so one of the rules was no environmental... The environmental kills don't count against me. So like those guns are gonna kill a whole bunch of enemies. Those do not count against me. According to my rules, of course. Those things are creepy. So I went down this hallway. Yeah. I remember going down here to collect... I think it was a coin or something. But yeah, that was not smart. Oh. Because... I think the ending is like right up here. And yeah. So this section, trying to figure out this, I mean, I for the most part, I knew where to go because I've played this before on other, oh! Yeah, so those are big, the big guys that blow up. Those are very unfortunate to have near you. No, there are a lot of, holy moly, there are a lot of enemies. I think that's it. Am I out? Am I clear? Yes. Alright, so, what I was saying was... Oh, here is a surprise. Horrible. So here we get another one. Even though there are run away, run away. I thought maybe I could run away and it would leave me alone. Hi. Or I also tried with like the bomb traps that it would blow up if you got close enough and you could stay away. So guess what? It despawned there. And it never came back. That was fantastic. So, we get to this little party room. You're going to see the creepy clown at the end. Creepy clown. And you know what creepy clown means. What does creepy clown mean? I guess it could mean a lot of things. But yeah, creepy clown. So far I haven't had to kill anything. And I haven't had to use, well, I guess if I haven't had to use my gun, then I haven't had to kill anything. So this creepy clown, that's from the birthday room in the main game. Hurry, run, run, run. Oh, the four-legged ones. Hate those. So I tried to close the door behind me, and yeah. So creepy clown equals dead. In my mind. Creepy clown. Alright, let's try that again. So anyway, run out, run out. And I was like, why did I get hit? I don't... He didn't hit me. Just close the door, close the door, close the door. Alright, good. And surprise. Like, seriously? And that, you gotta use that key so fast. Hey, guess what? Oh! This is why you need to close the doors behind you. This is why. So, good thing I have night vision. Well, I mean, obviously, getting the night vision is mandatory. It's mandatory. It's you have to get it. This section was fun. Yeah. Is that serious or sarcasm? I'll let you figure that out. So, the room of death.
You okay? Hang on.
One of Chris's buddies is in the middle. Oh, I almost walked into that. Yeah. So, one of Chris's buddies is in the middle. Oh, and by the way, there are the little crawly things in this room on professional. So, if you shoot them, if you don't shoot them, then they will set off all these bombs. Oh, thank goodness we found our friend.
Boo! Wrong boo, Chris, old buddy.
What the?
Spoiler.
You could die now, Chris.
Fuck!
Yeah. I don't know how in the world you would, like, you could never play this game like the first time through. So yeah, I gotta go past them. You could never play this game the first time through without deaths. Because I can't imagine you wouldn't go to your friend. It says to go to your friend. I don't know. I guess some people might skip it, or maybe that's just a trap you can't avoid. So basically, you pull this thing, which is apparently hard for them to pull, and they're all off. Good. So go and get your friend. All right. And now we're heading out, and I walk right into a trap. Are you kidding me? I was like, really? All right. So. Oh, and then I start walking the wrong way. Even better. Oh my goodness. One of the things Chris can do in this, if you beat it on, let me see, if you beat the game in under an hour, if you beat this DLC in under an hour, you unlock this counter-attack thing where he can, those are some traps on the floor, by the way, where he can basically counter anything. So if they hit, right before they hit you, you press the counter button or whatever, and you're going to hit right back and do a super, super strong move. So if you beat it under an hour, you can unlock that. Oh, yeah. Hi. And then you get there. And so now we're heading back to that original room with the enemies. To see how they're doing in here. Oh, now they're one of those. One of those in there. Yeah. Nope. Goodbye. Alright, so obviously if you've played this, you know what that timer is, but you don't want it to go off. I guess I'm not going to tell you what it is, just because even though there are spoilers for what enemies there are, like, you don't know who the friend was in the middle of that thing. You don't know a whole bunch of things. What that timer is. Actually, am I going to show you? Whatever. But yeah, you can still play this and still enjoy it. Alright, so this is where you need to go through that little pathway. And, of course, it gets blocked. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'll just run by it somehow. With this fat one, I don't like to call it a fat one. That's not nice. Even though it's a mole, I mean, you know, it's not a person. But I'll still call him the big guy. So, this big one. Oh, frag grenades. Flash grenades are permitted per my rules because they don't actually kill anything. They just stun them. So I realize at this point I need to kill this because there's no way to get past it. Yeah, so I had to kill this thing. And let me tell you, this was not easy. With a knife? No. Oh, this is the first thing I'm using a knife on. Look at that. Yeah, this thing is just horrible. Look, and that's where I get into a good rhythm, where I go around it and keep stabbing its butt. And finally, he's dead. So those things don't die unless you run away. No, sorry. They do die, and then they blow up. You gotta run away.
Christopher, I see. Very impressive, my
All right.
friend. Very
This
impressive.
room has ruined
Let's just see how
this for
impressive
me.
you really are.
You're trapped in this room, and then you get waves of enemies. Yeah. Alright. Let's just flash them. And I mean flash grenade, of course. And let's see what happens. Let me get by him. I don't have to kill him. Oh. I was so disappointed when I got to this part. I was so disappointed. Oh, my pacifist run. Oh, it's okay. That's what it is. Sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to kill. So, yep. Oh, by the way, there's one of those counter moves. Awesome counter move. You press it right at, what is that, left trigger? Right at the perfect moment. Oh, so, by the way, there is one of those special ones. Yeah. No matter what I did, I could not kill it with a knife. So I realized at that point, I now have to use my gun. Thanks a lot, Resident Evil. And so I switched the gun to, yep, to one of the special ones and one shot. That's it.
Got lucky. What do you say? We'll find out.
Oh, and then we get the second wave. So the first wave, I only had to kill 7 enemies. This next wave, I think it was 9. But yeah, I had to kill one of those. And then the third wave, you get these 2. Oh. Just what I needed. 2 big ones. So I come over here to see if that's open, because that's actually where you get out. That's obviously a spoiler. That's where you get out of here, but it was sealed. You had to kill these 2. So there's the first one. Oh, you know what's worse than killing one of them with a knife? Yeah, 2 of them with a knife, obviously. And they're both puking on you. It's just a nightmare. And alright, that's both of them. So finally you get out that bottom thing. So once you get to the labs, there's this room here. So by the way, I'm in the labs. So I just went into that room to see if there were any items. And there weren't any, so in and out. Whatever. So, and then we get to the final boss, Lucas. And he, surprise, turns into a monster. And which I'm going to kill. I'm planning on killing with a knife. But guess how hard killing it with a knife is. Remember, I'm on easy. I'm not on any other hard difficulty. There's my med injector number 1. Let's see how many med injectors it takes to get to the center of, well, I'm quoting a commercial, but yeah, med injector number 2. So how many med injectors does it get? What does it take to beat this boss? With a knife. He is really hard. And there are 2 phases to this fight. So I'm still in phase 1 right here. Come on, Lucas. Med injector 5. Man. And 6. Yeah, I know there have got to be people who are really, really good at dodging and stuff, which I'm not. Oh, so by the way, 7 med injectors to get here. And this is the second one, the second phase, and I said to myself, I have 1 med injector left. I might not even be able to use the gun and survive. So, you're also trying to get oxygen while you're doing this. So there was no way I was going to do it. I had to use the gun at that point. So I used my gun. It was still super dangerous, so I killed him with knife all the way up until the second phase, and then I just used my gun. So anyway, kill count 20. Oh, so that means Lucas was one of them, and the big guy in the beginning, or the middle was, and then there were 18 in that room.
Did any good here?
It was really disappointing, but unfortunately, that was what the game willed. So anyway, this was a fun little extra run to do. I hope you enjoyed it, and
All right.
that's about that. So yeah, look forward to more Pacifist challenges, Dead Space Pacifist challenge coming up, and more Resident Evil eventually. So I'll see you later on the Achievement Planner.